Good. What's up, guys? Another day, another reaction. But this time I did want to change up the format a little bit because I've been watching some of the videos that I've done back, and dude, I don't even want to watch the whole thing. And I was there. I listened to Yves Tumor's "Praise a God Who Chews but Which Does Not Consume" on stream on Saturday. Come check out the stream. We have a great time. And so I wanted to talk a little bit, do like a little like mini review ahead of the reaction, and then just do like a few songs. If you want to see the whole reaction, the VOD from the stream is posted. But let me know if this format works better. If you guys like the full reaction, because I can go back to doing that. So here we've got Yves Tumor's "Praise the Lord Who Chews But Which Does Not Consume." It's definitely the most provocative album title yet of Yves Tumor's discography, which is saying something after albums like "Safe in the Hands of Love" and "Heaven to a Tortured Mind." This is also Yves Tumor's most provocative album yet to match that ambitious title. "God is a Circle" and "Heaven Surrounds Us Like a Hood" match the Yves Tumor's outsider perspective on religion. It always feels like they're outside looking in on people worshiping, taking studious notes on the practices. They also feel like they're on the outside looking in with respects to their music making. And this is my biggest fascination with Yves Tumor's music. Their ability to swim between being outside of pop music and at one moment and then perfectly mimicking it a moment later. "Parody" seems to be an intentionally meta song with the line, "a parody of a pop star." It's a perfect description of Yves Tumor's ability to take a description, take a note of a pop song, a pop hook, and absorb it into the symbiote that is their music. Parody of a pop song, and they live that line with tracks like "Meteora Blues," which has a downright campy hook and cheesy guitar line at the end. It feels like it belongs in Guitar Hero, which is something that I would expect sooner on like a Darkness album rather than something by Yves Tumor. You can actually see the flip switch in the track "Heaven Surrounds Us Like a Hood," my personal favorite from the album. It starts with those cheesy guitar lines being played through like a tinny radio speaker, and then you can hear electricity coming through, and it actually shocks the song to life, and it becomes like a supercharged gospel track, complete with the album's most obvious and powerful thesis statement of blind faith. Yves Tumor is back to taking notes of people worshiping, and he plays a clip of a young boy who loves the color blue because that's the color of the sky and that's where God is. That moment on the album is so powerful and striking, and then the song elevates and becomes just a beautiful moment on the album. It hits really well. Yves has a great utilization of blank space, of negative space in the album. Tracks like this, where it just becomes that young boy's voice, or on tracks like "Purified by the Fire," which has this second-long pause between moments of the song to add more emphasis. They're expertly crafted. Yves knows when to pull away as well as when to add. Yves Tumor's music is described as experimental, so if you go into this album expecting actual experimental music, you will absolutely be surprised by how catchy and enjoyable the music is from a purely pop perspective. They're able to operate outside of genre limitations while still absorbing absolutely 100% non-experimental artists and sounds. "Operator" is Andre 3000's "Hey Ya," with a warped and distorted guitar line. "In Spite of War" would not feel out of place being played in a Hot Topic alongside like "Taking Back Sunday" and "Fall Out Boy." Overall, I absolutely love this album. It's enjoyable on a first listen because of all of these pop, punk, dance ideologies. And then over additional listens, you get to appreciate and see more of the surprisingly intricate layers of Yves Tumor's production. I'll play you some of the clips from the stream. Before we start, just a preemptive leave a like. Strong opener. Strong. Yves Tumor, it has such a good grasp on the concept of you can do anything you want in music as long as you have a strong bass line. If you have a pounding groove that you can lock people into, you can do whatever the fuck you want. This is what it had, like that weird breathy like sample or audio clip of the lady going, you know, not like fun to listen to, but it definitely like added like an airiness and strangeness to the atmosphere of the record or of the song. But that like fat fuzzy bass line that like kept everything locked in a groove the entire time, it really gave the rest of the song a liberty, sort of maybe ironically or counterintuitively. It lets you be freer with your song structure when you have a part of your song that's so locked in a rhythm. Those little like guitar squeals to add to it, very similar to Jane Remover from last week, where if they add it at the right time, it can take a song from being a really, really fun listen and just like give it that extra bump, that little extra pizzazz and sparkle. Reminded me a lot of Block Party off of Silent Alarm. It even sounded like the same sort of lead singer. It felt like late 2000s indie, or what that should have evolved into by now. Like, this is the modern day take off of that era of sound. Of so much fun though. I'm gonna give that one a little thumbs up. Gets my seal of approval. My favorite Linkin Park album. Anybody else get a Seal vibe from that one? It was a little kiss from a rose. I love the guitar line at the end. I love how Yves Tumor is so comfortable with putting in these sounds and ideas that maybe other experimental or critically acclaimed artists would think of as cheesy or lowbrow. Like that one is just such a straightforward rock song. It was such a great vibe. That guitar solo at the end with the squealing, it felt like it belonged in Guitar Hero. I think it fits really well. I just really admire Yves' confidence to put these accessible sounds in there and not worry that it's going to take away from the overall appeal of the album or the overall depth. Heaven surrounds us like a hood. I really like the name of the song.
Well, if you die, it's okay. You could just restart. Yeah, just like this. I love the color blue because it's in the sky. Yeah, that's where God is.
This is the centerpiece of the album. My favorite color is blue because that's the color of the sky and that's where God is. And then that was amazing. The start of the song too, where it sounded like it was like the same sort of cheesy guitar rock that Yves had been pulling out earlier in the album. It's like he was almost like making fun of himself a little bit with this like it also sounded like it was a radio playing in the corner. And so they had that playing. And then it like morphs into the actual song. So good.
That's where God is.
That one is just so out there and in your face that you have to pay attention to it. And then the album title is so striking that you have to pay attention to that. So it forms a really strong connection between the two. It grew so much too. It felt so light and lifted, which is not a vibe that I would expect from an Yves Tumor album. The piano line a lot. That song was 10 out of 10. That's the only problem with that song is that it ended. To like stay in that feeling for longer. The piano fits so well. I mean, this is such a perfect example of Yves Tumor pulling an Yves Tumor because usually those simple piano lines are very jarring to me. Ever since I listened to the shit out of like Eminem when I was in middle school, but here it fits so well with that breakbeat drumming, the the chords and the synths, crystal clear imagery. It's that bass line setting such an incredible tone. Talk about vibrating. That thing is literally, with the right pair of headphones, I bet you that literally vibrates your head. And the piano and Yves Tumor's voice perfectly cuts through that. It's like in a good dish. There's acid or acidity in there too to cut through the savory and the salt. The piano and the voice, the vocals were that acidity. It was the perfect balance. That was Yves Tumor's Praise the Lord Who Chews, but which does not consume. I love that album title, but I have to read it out every time. As you can see, it has a really powerful first impression, and I've been loving spinning it ever since. As far as what this is the album of the year of, it has to be like the best chameleon album of the year. Not just changing form and shape throughout the album, but how Yves Tumor has set themselves up to be like this chameleon of the music industry. Every album that I listen to them has different shades, tones, thesis statements, while not entirely changing. It's not like they're shape-shifting. They're just changing their outside colors. The levels of pop punk, dance punk, electronic, dance, rap, hip-hop, cheesy guitar lines, the 80s classic rock elements. You never know what you're gonna get with an Yves Tumor album, and this one is no exception. However, this one is exceptional. I would say is their best work to date. So thanks a lot, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this new format. I do hope this is like easier to watch and take in. All right, guys. I'll see you later this week. I am working on something a little different, so yeah, stick around for that. See ya. Bye.